What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'll be talking about 10 drivers who could be candidates to drive the number 88 car for Junior Motorsports in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2026. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. Going into the 2026 season, the fastest car in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, that being the 88 car that has been driven by Connor Zilisch so far in 2025, which has picked up 9 wins so far this year, has a realistic chance of winning the championship this year. This ride is going to be available. This is the most coveted ride that is available currently at the moment in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and I think a lot of drivers are going to be coveting to try to get this ride for the 2026 year, and there's quite a few free agents that are going to be available going into next year for this upcoming year. So today, I'm going to talk about 10 drivers who could be potential drivers who could be candidates to drive this number 88 car in 2026. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first driver who could drive the number 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026 is Daniel Suarez. For a long time, Daniel Suarez has been listed as a favorite to drive the number 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026. There are a couple reasons for this. Number one, Daniel Suarez actually drove for Junior Motorsports in 2025 at Mexico City in the number 9 machine and went to victory lane in that car. And we all, of course, know that Daniel Suarez will not return to Trackhouse Racing in 2026, as Connor Zilisch will be taking his place most likely in the number 99 or potentially in number 87 car next season. I think it'd be really awesome for a driver like Daniel Suarez, who I think is actually a talented enough driver, to drop back down to the NASCAR Xfinity Series and compete for the best team in the sport. This could be a really good opportunity and chance for Daniel Suarez to really rebuild his career, and to be working with Marty Lindley. Marty Lindley is a fantastic crew chief. Worked with Sam Mayer, got a lot of wins with him, and now he's won a lot of races with Connor Zilisch so far this season. He's worked with a lot of drivers over the years. I really think that if you put Daniel Suarez in that 88 car next year, he may not be as good of a Cup driver, but if you put him in the 88 next year, I really think that he would have a really strong chance and a really good opportunity to win the championship in this car. I think this car would be absolutely championship caliber, because I think Daniel Suarez, he may not be the best Cup guy, but he's certainly a solid Xfinity Series driver. He's won 4 or 5 Xfinity races in his career and is a good road course racer, which his 88 car has been strong on the road courses. And Daniel Suarez has shown speed on ovals in the Xfinity Series in the past as well. So I think Daniel Suarez is the number one favorite currently at the moment. There's also, of course, rumors though he could end up at Spire next year in the Cup Series, so that's also an option. But if the 7 car does not become available next year, I'd like to see him try to go down to Xfinity and race in the number 88, because I think this would be the most likely option for him if he doesn't end up in a 7 car in 2026. The second driver who I could see driving number 88 car in 2026 for Junior Motorsports is Nick Sanchez. Nick Sanchez, in my understanding, only has a contract, I believe, through the 2025 season with Big Machine Racing, and he's been exceptional with Big Machine Racing so far in 2025. He, of course, picked up the win at Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is only the second time Big Machine Racing's won, the other time being with Tyler Reddick back in 2022 in that 48 car Texas Motor Speedway. And I think Nick Sanchez, if you put him in a top-level car, I really think he could be a legit championship contender. There's a lot of people already talking about that Nick Sanchez could be a driver who goes NASCAR Cup Series racing as early as 2027. If you go to Junior Motorsports and you get in that 88 car and have the same success or even close to the same success that Connor Zilisch has, I think you could absolutely put yourself in a really strong, good position to be a contender for this said car. And I absolutely would love to see this for Nick Sanchez. I think Nick has been really good this year. He has shown a lot of potential, shown a lot of really good speed. And I'd love to see a guy like him get the chance and opportunity to drive for JRM. I know there's talk about him down the road going like to RCR, among other things. But if you want to get into the Hendrick camp, I think the best option to get involved in the Hendrick camp and be part of the Chevy camp in a great position is joining the Junior Motorsports Brigade, because if you run really well, like I said, with the team, you could be in the road and potentially be a candidate for a great team in the future. So I'd love to see Nick Sanchez get this. I think he's really talented. I think he's really good. And if he does end up back at Big Machine next year, like it's rumored at this point, I think he'd be a really good driver to watch that could go over to JRM and be very successful with the fastest car in the Xfinity Series. I'd love to see Nick Sanchez get that chance and opportunity in the near future, maybe at some point in 2026. The third driver who could drive the number 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026 is Christian Eckes. Christian Eckes, there's been rumored speculation, right, that Christian Eckes has signed a multi-year extension with Kaulig Racing, right? Well, I think Christian Eckes may not be doing his best service of being at Kaulig Racing. Kaulig Racing is probably not going to be getting the best support going forward in the future, as I think down the road they are going to be switching to Dodge. I think Christian Eckes, there's been rumors about him going over to Junior Motorsports in recent months, and I think this would be a really good option for Christian. I think Christian Eckes would do a lot better job driving for Junior Motorsports right now than driving for a team like Kaulig Racing. Plus, like I said, the manufacturer change is likely coming very, very soon. I think Christian's a really good, look what he's done in the truck series, right? He won a lot of races in trucks, one of the few guys that keep up with Corey Heim and the domination of Corey Heim the last couple years, and I think Christian is extremely talented. I think he's someone that has a lot of potential to be a future star in the NASCAR Cup Series, and let's just say if Junior Motorsports ever gets a chance to go full-time Cup Series racing, I would love to see Christian Eckes be someone who could be a candidate for that ride in the future. So I'd love to see fit for Christian Eckes. I think there's a chance he could be a factor for this. There's been rumors about it in recent months and recent time. I think it'd be great for a guy like Christian Eckes to get that chance and potential opportunity to join up with the Junior Motorsports team next year. At the 88, like I said, has been the fastest car. I think it'd be great for Christian, who's shown some potential with the Kaulig Racing team so far in 2025. The fourth driver who could drive the number 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026 is Corey Day. Now, Corey Day, of course, has been driving the number 17 car in pretty much every single Xfinity Series race that car's entered in the second half of the year. Obviously, Roger Caruth, who we'll talk about here soon, has been really good in that, is going to drive the 17 at Kansas. But I will say this about Corey Day. He has shown a lot of improvement as a race car driver throughout the season. He's been getting a lot more top 10s in the Truck Series especially, and he has had a couple top 10s in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, or one top 10 so far this year. But I think if you don't, because there's obviously rumors, right, that 17 car is going to go full-time in 2026. But I think Corey Day would actually be a really good candidate for this number 88 car. I think Corey Day is going to get better next year if he is full-time, and if the Hendrick car does not, in fact, end up happening next year, I think Corey Day would actually not be a terrible choice for a ride like this, because Junior Motorsports has major connections with Hendrick Motorsports. They work very closely with Hendrick. They get Hendrick engines as well, which helps their team really improve and get better in their performance, among other things as well. I think Corey's really underrated. Not underrated yet, but he's getting up to that point right now. I think he's only going to get better as time progresses and goes on. I really think he'll get better with his racecraft. He hasn't had a lot of asphalt starts at this point. I think it'd be pretty wise to consider him for a potential ride with this team in the near future. I think Corey Day absolutely could be someone that could be a surprise candidate and down the road could end up in a Junior Motorsports car potentially as early as, let's just say, the 2026 year. If he does end up at Hendrick, I still don't think it's likely Hendrick, but if the deal falls through, I think he ends up at Junior Motorsports in 2026. The fifth driver who could drive the number 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026 is Roger Caruth. Now, Roger Caruth, there's been some new rumors out there as of late that Roger could make at least some select starts in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2026 at Junior Motorsports, and is still expected to likely be back in the number 71 truck next year. But let's say Spire Motorsports does not bring back their Truck Series program in 2026. There's been rumors about that they could shut down that program, even though Spire President Jeff Dickerson has come out in recent months saying that Spire is expected to continue their program going into next year. I really think that Roger Caruth, though, should get an opportunity in the future to drive for Junior Motorsports because, again, it's so likely that Corey Day is going to be full-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series next year with Hendrick Motorsports. I think Roger absolutely needs to be considered for the JRM camp. I think Raj has gotten better this year. I know there's been not that massive improvement yet, but I think Raj is someone who does have a ton of potential, and many in the industry really like him. I believe Dale Jr. is also a really big fan of Roger Caruth's stock at this point. So I think Roger absolutely should be considered. I think he'd be much better in Xfinity than he is in trucks, and he's been getting better in trucks at this point over time. But I really think that Roger has to be a potential factor in the near future to be a consideration and maybe a contender to get a chance and opportunity to drive this 88 car next year. I don't think he's the number one most likely to get the chance and opportunity, but if you are the Junior Motorsports team, you do, in my opinion, have to consider him being a potential threat. Maybe get to see if he doesn't go back to Spire. Again, Spire's the most likely option, but I think it'd be really good to see someone like him get the chance and opportunity to maybe in the near future drive the 88 car potentially as early as 2026. The sixth driver who could drive the number 88 car in 2026 is Jeffrey Earnhardt. Now, Jeffrey Earnhardt obviously is a nephew of Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Jeffrey has not made any starts or hasn't made a start with Junior Motorsports in quite some time. But I think if Dale Jr. wanted to give someone like his family a chance and opportunity, I'd love to see Jeffrey get that chance and opportunity to be with this program. I think Jeffrey actually does have talent. I know he hasn't been amazing at times in recent years, but Jeffrey showed some promise, especially at Talladega a couple years ago. Remember, he finished second to Noah Gragson in the 9 team at Talladega and came close to picking up the win. And I really would love to see Jeffrey get a chance at a top-level opportunity again. When he's been with top-level teams, he's looked pretty good. When he drove for Joe Gibbs Racing in the IK9 car with the 81 that they ran and the 18 they ran, he looked pretty solid out there. Didn't look amazing, but he did look solid. I think he's a better driver now than he was a few years ago. So I think it'd be really cool for someone like Jeffrey to get the chance and opportunity. Do I think he's absolutely the favorite to go over there? No, absolutely not, but I would love to see him be a consideration for the C, and I think Jeffrey could be someone that could be a factor and contender for a good opportunity in the near future. We'll see what happens with Jeffrey going into next year, but again, I think there is a chance and possibly that Jeffrey could end up in a junior motorsports car next year. If they do, of course, continue having an 88, I think he could be a potential candidate to go over to this seat in the not-so-distant future and could drive the 88 in 2026. The seventh driver who could be a candidate to drive the 88 car 2026 is Brennan Poole. Brennan Poole is going to surprise a lot of people considering he is still working with Alpha Prime Racing currently at the moment. But to my understanding, and he talked about this after the race at Gateway, or a couple weeks ago at Bristol, I should say, he says he has not signed a contract extension as of late with Alpha Prime Racing. I think if someone is due for another opportunity to get a top-level shot, it is Brennan Poole. He has looked really good with Alpha Prime Racing so far this year. He's been in the top 20 points in 2 consecutive seasons, and he's had some top 10, top 5 speed hit points in the Alpha Prime Racing machine. Imagine what Brennan Poole could do with a team like Junior Motorsports. I think realistically, Brennan Poole could actually be a contender for maybe some wins. I think he's a better driver now than he was back in 2017 when he drove for Chip Ganassi Racing the last time he drove for them. And let's be real, he should have a win that race at Talladega I'm talking about from 2016. I really think Brennan is a very criminally underrated driver doing an incredible job with a very low budget, as he's mentioned multiple times on Eric Estep's YouTube channel with their Power Hour podcast they do. I think it'd be really good to see him get a chance and opportunity to work with this team in the future. I think that Junior Motorsports absolutely does have to consider him, in my opinion, because I think Brennan is really, really good. It'd be great for the team to bring him up, bring him into the program, see what he can do in a championship level ride. I'd love to see Brennan get that chance and opportunity to join up with Junior Motorsports if he doesn't go back to Alpha Prime Racing in the 2026 year. The 8th driver who could be a candidate to drive the 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026 is Justin Haley. Now, Justin Haley obviously is still driving for Spire Motorsports currently at the moment in the NASCAR Cup Series, but there's been a lot of rumors and a lot of speculation that Justin Haley may not return to Spire Motorsports in 2026, and either Daniel Suarez or Ricky Stenhouse Jr. could end up in that seat in 2026. Now, if this doesn't happen, I think that Justin Haley will be someone that could be a consideration for this ride. I think Justin Haley, say what you want to say about his Cup numbers, he was a really solid driver in Xfinity Series, especially with a team like Kaulig Racing, where he contended for wins in quite a few different tracks and was really good at super speedways in the Xfinity Series as well. And he could absolutely give Austin Hill a run for his money if he is back in the series next year. And I think Junior Motorsports absolutely does have to consider him. Now, sponsorship may be something to watch out for, but he does have return with Eagles. I think they've worked with Junior Motorsports in the past, I'm pretty sure, or if teams are closely associated with Justin Haley. So I'd love to see Justin Haley get a chance in this 88 car to see what he can do, because I generally believe that he's a much better driver than some of the results. I think Spire's not been giving him the best shake, and I don't think it'd be a fair shake to get rid of Justin Haley. But if Justin Haley and push comes to shove that Justin Haley does not end up back in that car next year, the number 7 is, let's say, Suarez replaces him, I'd love to see him get the chance and opportunity to join up with Junior Motorsports next year and join in the 88 car. We'll see what happens, but I'd love to see him get a chance with but Junior Motorsports in the future. The 9th driver who could be a candidate to join Junior Motorsports in the Xfinity Series in the 88 car in 2026 is Connor Hall. Now, Connor Hall currently drives full-time in late models, I believe in some of the late model series they have, and also believe competes full-time for Junior Motorsports in the Cars Late Model Tour as well. I really think that Connor Hall is very talented. There's been rumors and speculation in recent months that Connor Hall is looking to make a move up potentially to the Craftsman Truck Series in 2026. But if you're Dale Jr., you probably should be looking at trying to get him in your program if you can. If you want to have that late model story like a Josh Berry was, where Josh Berry now has picked up a Cup Series win and made the playoffs this year and won a lot of races with Junior Motorsports over the few years he ran for the team, why not give a guy like Connor Hall that chance and opportunity? I want to see more of those short track guys get chances and opportunities. like a Connor Hall. We've seen Brendan Butterby Queen, who's likely going to Dodge. There's been rumors about Connor Hall going over to the College Truck Team for next year, so that's also a potential possibility. But I think he absolutely has to be a consideration for the Junior Motorsports team. I think it'd be a really good move on their part if they could get him into the program and team and organization. I'd love to see it for sure. If you can't find a way to go up to trucks, I think the 88 would be a really good possibility. If you can't get anybody else I have on the list at this point, he'd be a really good consideration. I hope he is considered to be a potential candidate for the Junior Motorsports number 88 car in 2026 if they can't find anybody else at this point. And the 10th and final driver that I think should be a consideration for the number 88 car in 2026 is Parker Kligerman. I really would love to see Parker Kligerman get a chance and opportunity to go full-time Xfinity racing once again. And while I know Parker Kligerman has said he doesn't really want to run full-time anymore, I think if he drove the 88 car next year, I think he actually would legitimately be a championship threat. He won the race at Daytona technically. Now, of course, Connor Zolch gets put in as a record books as the winner because Connor Zolch was a driver who started the race first for the team. But I really believe that it would be amazing if a guy like Parker Kligerman got the chance and opportunity to be full-time with JRM. He's not been with a top-level organization. I know Big Machine's good, but they're not a great organization. He's been done a lot with underfunded equipment over the years, and Parker would be someone that absolutely would do an amazing and really good job if he ended up driving for Junior Motorsports. I think he wins some races. He's a really good road course guy as well. We know the road course program has been incredible with Junior Motorsports this year. They've won a lot. They've won all the road course races with Connor Zilch, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Daniel Suarez this year. It'd be great to see something like that. I really hope Parker is put in as a consideration, a potential factor who could drive maybe the 88 car, if possible, in 2026. So those are the main drivers I have as considerations. Some honorable mentions, I'll mention Matt DiBenedetto. Matt DiBenedetto, in my opinion, I'd love to see him in a top-level ride once again, though sponsorship might be something to watch out for, so that could hurt him good there. I'd love to see some other guys like a Connor Mosack. Connor Mosack's driving for Junior Motorsports, I think, in the Xfinity Series race of the Roval. I think he could be a consideration. Maybe out of nowhere, Cletus and Farrell. Probably not at this point. Cletus is still expected to run ARCA next year. But there's some other names I could see, like a Brendan Butterby Queen next season. If you can't find a way to go over to Colleague, maybe other drivers that I don't think about, like maybe Anthony Alfredo perhaps. I think that would be an interesting move considering he's working with Hendrick in their simulator program. Maybe Kyle Weatherman as well could be a factor for the seat. But I think those could be some other guys that could be factors as well. So, that is going to be the video for 10 drivers who could drive the 88 car in the Xfinity Series in 2026. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go to more of that and comment your thoughts below on today's video. What driver do you think is the most likely to drive the 88 car for Junior Motorsports in 2026? I think it's between Daniel Suarez, Christian Eckes, or Nick Sanchez most likely, but we could be surprised on who it is. Let me know who you think it's going to be in the comments below. If there's any other major news that breaks later today, we'll discuss it live on the channel. Tomorrow, we're going to have reactions to the Craftsman Truck Series race at New Hampshire. We're also going to have, of course, Cup reactions qualifying. Then Sunday, the starting lineup video for the Cup race. And then, of course, we will have the race preview for the Mobile 1-301, maybe a Shane Van Gisbergen video as well. Then, of course, on Monday, we should have a NASCAR news video dropping on the channel. We had some news come out today around Dave Malukas going with Penske. We'll talk about some of their silly rumors around Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Cletus Farron, Dodge Ram, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Connor Zillich, Junior Motorsports, Cars Quaffle, all that good stuff. Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier, name it. We'll talk about it on the channel in the coming days and weeks as well, along with Will Brown, Brock Feeney as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, buddy.